Hi everybody, Shannon here. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. I got a little bit of a new hairstyle going today. I found this thing on Pinterest that shows you how to braid like a crown. And I was like, I want a crown. I want to do this. I want to have some funky hair. I like funky hair. So if you guys are tuning in and you are out there, throw me a heart, throw me an emoji, some hands, some fire, whatever it is, so I know that you're out there and you're watching. Jen, mwah, I miss you. I love you. The baby is gorgeous. Ginger, hi, welcome. Kelly, hey, what's up? So if you're out there and you're watching, throw me a heart, some love. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Stephanie, you look badass as fuck. Hi, I'm here. Girl, I tried it. I found it on Pinterest and I was like, let's see how this goes. Mostly because I wanted to be out of my freaking face. A lot going on. So I was like, let's get this out of here. And I was like, it's like a crown. Hello, I want a crown. Hi, Ginger. So if you're out there and you're tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from. Also, if you're a newbie, let me know that. You're like, I'm a newbie. What's up, girl? And if you're watching this later on the day and it is a replay, also send me a hashtag replay. So hello, everybody. I want to take a brief moment at the beginning of this video to, hi, Sylvie, call attention to two very important things that are going on right now. And on my heart. Number one, 9/11. I think for all of us, the experience is still very real. My heart goes out to everybody that has been personally affected by this. I know as a country, we're all affected by it. It's super important to me to take a pause in a moment today to say my heart is with everybody, kind of in this moment of recognition of 9/11. And also, anybody that is in the pathway of Florence, I just want to say my heart is with you too. Please be safe. Don't be a hero. If you are in an emergency situation, please evacuate and get out. I am here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have never been personally impacted by a hurricane before in my entire life. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so this is all new to me. So I just want to take a few minutes at the beginning of this live to say my heart is with everybody in remembrance of 9/11 today, and anybody that is in the pathway set forth to be directly impacted by Florence. My heart is with you. Please be safe. Please be mindful. Take care of yourself. First things first, those are super important. Hi, Ranella, welcome. So again, if you're signing on, please let me know that you're here and you're tuning in. Throw me a heart. Throw me a message about where it is you're tuning in from. I always like to know who I'm connecting with and when. And if you're catching a replay, please give me a hashtag replay. So today I wanted to do a level set. Bam! I'm cold, so I have my sweater on like a old lady. Got my sweater on, keeping myself warm. I might get a little heated up as we go through this live, but I wanted to talk to you about resource and value. And I wanted to level set and have this conversation because your cost evaluation of yourself is completely up to you. And so often we put it out there into the world, whether it's, we're looking for a life coach, we're looking to hire somebody, we put the evaluation of whether or not we dump our resources into that thing that we are deciding that we want to potentially go after on the ownership of that other person. And a cost evaluation, guys, is really just the process of determining how resources are being used. Resources being money, resources being time, resources being energy. And this has been brought up a lot lately to me when I've been getting a lot of requests for one-on-one consultations. And I do a cost evaluation of my services before I price them. And before I offer my programs. Hi, Diane. And I make that cost evaluation. I cannot tell you what value you are going to find in investing in yourself. You need to find that value. But it does not diminish the value that I put on my time, my energy, or my worth based on whether or not you're willing to invest. And I know that you probably don't know this. I haven't talked a lot about this, but when I was younger, directly out of college, I worked for a multi-billion, with a B, billion dollar organization. And I was the lead project manager for the company that worked with this billion-dollar organization. And it was my responsibility as a project manager to set the expectation. to level set, to bring clarity into what it is that we were offering. This is a cost evaluation. This is the process of determining how resources were going to be used by explaining what we were bringing to the table. And Diane said, we all should know the value of our time. Yes, absolutely, Diane. Couldn't agree more. And in this job, this function that I had as the project manager was to go to the billion-dollar organizations and explain to them what we were bringing to them. And I would meet with a lot of high-powered influencers, decision makers in the organizations, the presidents of these companies, the HR generalists at these companies. And I would explain to them, here's what we offer. Here's what we're bringing to you. And these are people with high bottom line dollar amounts that they need to keep, the books very clear on, right? There's a cost associated, there's a fee for service here, there's an exchange of time and energy for value. So I would explain to them what we were offering, and they would determine the value. And I can promise you, in any of these conversations I had with these people, never was it the question of how much does it cost prior to determining their own value. I could never determine the value for them. They had to determine the value, but they were aware that there was going to be a cost associated with it. So recently, as I mentioned, in my inbox, I have been receiving a lot of questions about, hey, can't you just ... Let me tell you, can't you just? It ain't my favorite. And I tell you this out of peace and love, guys. I tell you this out of admiration for all the things that you want to do to grow yourself and to optimize your value and your resource. As a life coach, it is never my goal to tell you what you need. I would never tell you that. I can't possibly know that. You live in here. I can reflect to you what you're telling me you want versus what you're executing. So when you message me and you ask me to give you my time and my energy to you for free, I will tell you out of respect and adoration and total confidence that you can elevate into this high-powered version of yourself that you tell me you want to be. I tell you, no, I will not give you my time and I will not give you my energy for free out of respect, love, and adoration. Why? Because I've walked this road, guys. I charge $150 for a 1-hour consultation with potential clients for a very specific reason. As you probably know, there are a lot of life coaches popping up everywhere, and everybody has their niche. Everybody has a value that they offer. So I'm aware that I may not be a direct fit for you, and I'm also aware that you may not be a direct fit for me. It's kind of like the same rule of thumb, guys. When you go on a job interview, you are not only being interviewed by the company for a position, you are also interviewing them to make sure you're fit. And if you aren't, please do that immediately, if not sooner, because you are worth it. Your time is worth it. Your gifts, your creativity, your heart, your investment of your life in whatever it is that you do is worth something. But it's your cost evaluation to decide what that is. Again, a cost evaluation is the process of determining how your resources will be used and how whatever it is that you're investing in, how their resources will be used, right? Your time, your energy, my time, my energy. Diane says $150 is more than reasonable. I've paid much more. Yes. And it's all depending upon the coach and the relationship, right? So I wanted to come and have this conversation about value in resources because only you can determine the value. In addition, I also wanted to share with you that I have also had to travel the road of deciding whether or not to make an investment in myself. And my story goes a little like this. I have shared with you all that my husband and I have been struggling with infertility for the better part of 6 years. I struggled with it for a very long time. And I got to the point, hi Tilly, where I realized that I couldn't do it anymore. But I didn't know how to really make that first step. I didn't know how or where that direction of I'm not doing this anymore, but I need to focus on myself. I didn't know what that looked like. So when I found a coach and I vetted her. I looked at her online. I looked at her website. I saw her post on social media to see if it was in line with what I wanted. The energetic, rising, the intentional uprising that I needed or I felt was suitable for me. Then I contacted her. Then I did the initial reach out. And when I spoke to her, and I invested in her for the one-on-one consultation to make sure it was a fit, and then I decided to move forward with coaching with her, I want to tell you what I did. What I did was, y'all see this blonde hair right here? It's not real. I'm a redhead. This is fake. This requires money and upkeep, 4 weeks at a time. I stopped getting my hair done. I grew it all out. Got rid of the blonde, went back to red. I saved that money there because I saw the value in investing in a coach for myself. I also started going to farmers markets so I could save money there. Stop going for just the convenience of going to the grocery store, which was immediately available. I went to the farmers market so I could save money. Also, it was organic, so it was better for me. Win-win, right? I also reduced the amount of time that I was eating out. I reduced it almost to not doing it at all. I reduced the amount of times that I was going out, being a good time Sally with my friends. And I also reduced my alcohol consumption and purchasing because I saw the value in me investing in a coach. And I want to be very clear in saying this. Hi, Connie. Hi, Isabella. Welcome. I did not see the value in her. I saw the value in me investing in myself. I was energetically, magnetically aligned with her in what she was saying, and I saw the value in the resource that she was offering, which was life coaching, which was talking to me, which was me getting centered on what I wanted. I knew the value I wanted to gain. It was a mental, emotional, and physical alignment with myself that I needed to get myself back. I also wasn't feeling very confident and comfortable in my business at the time. So I wanted to get mentally, emotionally, and physically aligned with where is my trajectory for my career going now. Also, at the time, the relationship that I had with my husband was a little out of sync. Not a little, it was out of sync. It was completely out of sync. I wasn't communicating with him. I didn't want to have sex, which is weird because we were trying to have a baby. And I'm a sexual person. So I saw the value in it for me. And Isabella, I agree. Personal development is great, but it's not enough. I needed more. I needed coaching. I was reading a handful of personal development books almost every other month. I was going through them hand over fist. I couldn't get enough, but I needed to talk it out. I needed to have a conversation. And so I charge $150 an hour for the initial conversation to see if we are equipped to work together because I need to make sure that the resource and the value are matched, right? Resource, money is a resource. It's also an energy. Only you can decide if you are willing to invest in yourself, make the sacrifices that you need to make the time sacrifices that you need to make the money investment that you need to make in order to find the value. It is not the responsibility of the thing that you are investing in to tell you whether or not you're getting value. And let me be clear on this. I have fired clients. I have had conversations where I've said, we're not moving forward. So I don't feel comfortable continuing to take your money. You're not being accountable. You're not showing up for the things that you said you wanted to show up with. This is a difficult conversation, but I have it with you out of peace and love. And it's the same thing that you should be having when you decide to make any investment. Your cost evaluation, again, is the process of determining how your resources will be used. What are the resources that you have? Money, time, energy, mental, personal, physical development, and what value are you seeking out for them? Time is a resource and an energy. Money is a resource and an energy. The exchange that you're having with them is where you're going to decide where the value is, right? So I wanted to come live and talk to you guys about cost evaluation because there's so many people, there's so many coaches, there's so many things to be purchased, programs to be bought, and I totally get it. But you ultimately are responsible for deciding whether or not the resources that you have available, time, money, energy, are going to be invested in something that you value. I can tell you that life coach is a fantastic value, Life coaching is one of the greatest investments I've ever made in myself, in my life. I will never say it's one of the greatest investments I've made in my coach in my life, because it's not up to my coach to do the work. It's up to me to do the work. It's not up to my coach to decide what I want for the evolution of my life, the trajectory of my life, elevating my business, my sex life, my wealth, abundance, all of it. It's up to me. Only I can see the value in that. Only I can determine where it needs to go. And whatever your investment is, whatever resource that you're using, choose wisely. Your cost evaluation is up to you. My cost evaluation is, if I see a value in it, I will find the resource. That's how I look at it. And that's why I charge $150 for a 1-hour consultation with my clients. Because I want to make sure that if we are entering into this relationship together, you're serious about it. It's your time, it's your energy, it's your money. I want to make sure that you're invested, you see the value, you are willing to say, I am worth putting this resource into myself, right? I am worth taking this resource and saying, I am worth it. My cost evaluation says it's always available to me. The energy is always available to me. It's a replenishing, continuing resource that I will be able to find because I am worth it. And it's like I said, guys, there's a lot of conversations happening on social media about what to invest in. And I want you to know that, I don't take it as any personal aside when someone says to me, like, I'm not choosing to move forward. I get that. I want you to know that I am a ambitious and loving, but also responsible and accountable coach. Any conversation I enter into with my clients, I always say to them, I'm not your friend, I'm not your mommy, I'm not your grandma. I love you and I will fucking rock out for you. I give a fuck about you. I want you to give a fuck about you too. It's not about you loving me to pieces. There are going to be times when you look at me and you're like, I'm not loving her today. I tell my clients that's being in your shit, right? Being in your shit is going to happen through growth. You're probably not going to love me when I say, hey, you said you were going to do this thing, but you didn't do that. What's up with that? This is what I'm here for, to hold you accountable. Isabella, Shan, love this live. Have saved the video to watch after work. Thank you and appreciate you. Mwah. Thank you for tuning on, Isabella. So, guys, you determine your value. I understand that money is one of those icky conversations that we have to have with ourselves, where we realize that, where we kind of get into the mix of thinking like it's going out, but it may not be coming back. Only you can determine that. If you really want something, you'll find a way to make it happen, right? And if you value your time and you are looking to invest in someone, I highly suggest that you invest in someone who is going to invest in themselves as well, right? Like, I charge X amount of dollars for my time. I charge $150 for a 1-hour coaching consultation because I show up and I pour my heart into you. I show up and I say, hey, this conversation is anything underneath the moon, the sun, the stars, the universe that you want to talk about. Nothing is off limits. Think about how many times you enter into a conversation with somebody who has an unbiased opinion about you. I know nothing about you, but I for sure as shit am going to say to you, tell me what it is that you want. If you want this, why are you not doing that? Right? Decide what it is that you want in an investment. Decide what it is that you want in the next coach. Decide what it is that you want in the next program, and then go seek out that value. And if the question comes up of, oh, I need to know the cost before I can determine the value, you're not clear on the value, my friend. And I'm just saying that to you out of peace and love. Money, yes, it's an icky conversation, but you have to be willing to take it on with yourself. And it's just an energy. It is energetically readily available to you. It is already out there. So if you find the value in investing in yourself, you find the value in knowing your worth, the money will be there. I promise it will be there. It's an equal exchange of value. Getting hot. Naeem, yes, gotta talk about it. Naeem, a pal. Girl, yes, it is a pal. It's an equal exchange of value, guys. So if you're expecting to invest in something and get value out of it, realize how much you're willing to invest is the value you're going to get out of it. How much you're willing to show up, time and energy, is the value you're going to get out of it. All right, guys, I love you so damn much. I wanted to come and have this level-setting conversation with you all. And it's out of peace and love, right? Like, I don't want to have these messages in my inbox where people are like, hey, can't you just do this for free? Because my answer is going to be no, I just can't. I just can't, because that's not how I roll, and I wouldn't want you to roll that way either. My time and my energy is very precious and valuable to me. I want it to be valuable to you. You want someone to show up full steam ahead like a fucking locomotive for your life? Be prepared to invest in them. But if you're not showing up full steam like a locomotive for your fucking life, then consider the value you have about moving forward. Consider the value you find in yourself. Consider the cost evaluation, right? Like I said, your cost evaluation. If I see a value, I find a resource. Consider thinking about, is that how you're looking at yourself? Is that how you're looking at money? Is that how you're looking at time and energy? Are you constantly looking at it as if it's in a deficit? Are you constantly looking at it as how much does it cost first versus what the fuck am I actually getting out of this? What the fuck am I actually getting out of it? Then come up with the money. Try changing the way you're thinking about the conversation. Naima, huh? No. Free. Watch. Own. Yes. Own. Own your time, own your energy, own your value. All right, guys, I love you so damn much. Thank you so much for signing on and having this level set, possibly uncomfortable, but taking it on full force conversation with me. I love you for being a badass and doing that and owning your part in the resource plus value conversation. Evelyn, you're such a rock star. I love your messages. Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you guys always for signing on. Be good to yourself, be a badass, know your value, and know your resource. Peace.